Hey everyone, welcome back to another New World video. Now in today's video, I want to show you guys an amazing route that I take to actually collect a ton of iron relatively quickly. There are a lot of other resources along the way, such as oil. There's a couple other things that you might want to pick up. There's a wolf den that's actually nearby to our location. So if you guys need rawhide, lots of wolves to actually go ahead and collect that right away. But anyway, let's go ahead and kind of just dive right into it. I'm just going to go over a couple different things. I do have a rugged bag here that allows me to carry 350 items. So if you guys have something a little bit smaller, you might not be able to collect as much. I also have some modifications to some of my tools. Not necessarily my pickaxe yet, but I do want to be able to do that where I can actually harvest more materials and things like that, or experience or luck or whatever it might be. So I want to upgrade that because I do use this pickaxe quite a bit. Anyway, let's go ahead and start. Let's just show you guys on the map where we're actually located. We're actually located in the Cutlass Keys area, so it's down here. It is a 26 to 35 area. However, it is right on the edge. There are wolves in the area, but we're actually going to be heading over into the First Light territory. So that's should be okay. So what we're going to be doing is basically just going basically south. We're going to head up into the mountains a little bit here on the map right here. And then we're actually going to head off in this direction. And we're going to kind of make our way towards that wolf's den. We're going to wrap around. There's actually a couple items inside of the wolf's den. You can see that there's a little bit of a cave there. And then we're going to head on to the other side of this road. And then we're going to basically come back, and the beginning and the ending of this entire adventure starts at a storage shed, which is absolutely amazing. So let's go ahead and kind of just show you guys the route that we're taking. So we're heading east out of town, and then we're actually going to go up these cliffs. That's going to be our first area. Now, I don't know if other people are in the area. There usually isn't a ton of people in the area, and I can actually see on my HUD that actually there is some ore up here, so that's actually good. Let's go ahead and collect that. And I highly recommend that you guys upgrade to steel tools if you guys are going to do this. You guys will harvest so much quicker. So if you're noticing that your harvesting speed is really slow, then check out one of my previous videos on how to get the steel tools, or you can actually get them a lot easier without even being a level 50 engineer, if that is not the case, because it does take a little bit of time to actually get to the level 50. This would be the next group right here, and obviously somebody was actually just in the area. So we're actually going to just hop down the cliff here. Take a little bit of damage. You can actually see the next one, or should have been able to see the next pile. It's right through the trees there. That is our next location that we're actually going to head to. We'll just go ahead and grab all of this. And then we're actually going to kind of head off to kind of the east-southeast area for our next batch. And I don't know how many different clusters or groups of iron there actually are in the area. There is quite a few. I want to say there's probably 10 to 15 different deposits that you guys can actually go ahead and collect. Oh, no one got this one, so it's going to be right here. And then we're actually going to head off towards the wolf den, which you guys can see it's 144 meters from currently where I am located. So you might have to deal with some of the wolves, but usually they're not too much of a problem. But if you are a little bit lower level, then maybe you want to stay away from them. I guess it's completely up to you. I'm not going to tell you guys how to play the game. I'm just going to tell you guys where you can find the materials that you might be looking for. Then we also have a little bit of silver here. Like I mentioned, we have oil, silver, and some other pretty good materials actually in the area. Level 14 wolves right there. I'm going to try to avoid them so we can actually get through this a little bit quicker. You can see that there's oil showing up on my minimap because I'm able to track that. The more mining that you do, the more that you'll actually be able to track all these different materials, and I highly recommend it. It makes it easier to go on these types of adventures, especially when you're looking for your own good routes to take when it comes down to just adventuring for a little bit. Might as well grab the wolves as well. Since we're here. Get the rawhide. Get the meat. It's always... well, I want to be a part of it. Alright. And now what we're going to do is we're actually going to head off in this direction. See if we can avoid the wolves this time. And we're actually going to go into this cave right here. This is the cave that I was actually talking about a little bit earlier. It's a little bit bigger. There's usually a couple wolves in here, so we're going to have to be careful with that. You put down the... Thank you. Thank you. And then we're going to grab the iron vein right here. So it does sound like there's one other person in the area, but they're not really collecting much, it doesn't seem like, because it seems like all the ore except for that first batch that we saw on the hillside there was actually missing. That was pretty much the only one. I hear somebody chopping. Yeah, there's some oil right here. So if you guys are looking at getting some oil right here, I'll let this guy get it so that he can actually get his stuff. I need more iron than oil at this point in time anyway, so I'm not too bothered by it. But this is relatively not traveled. As you can see, a majority of the ones that we've actually gone to so far have actually been here. There's another group of iron right here. I'll actually grab this little pile since he's actually going after the big one. Maybe. If it lets me. Interesting. There we go. It wasn't even letting me do it. Okay. That's fine. There is another batch of it right over here. Oh, cool. It just popped up. It's right there. You can see it right there. Now at this point, we're actually just making our way back towards the settlement, which you can actually see it off in the distance barely. This whole route actually takes, I mean, you guys are just seeing it live, so it doesn't really take incredibly long. It takes about 10 minutes or so. If you stop to get the oil and stop to play around with the wolves for a little bit, it might take a little bit more time. Now on the way back, there isn't quite as many materials, so if you guys just want to start by going all the way back to the beginning, you can, but there are a few along the way, so we'll just kind of grab them. There is hemp right here as well. Quite a bit, actually. If you guys come around this rock formation right here, looks like it's already taken. Nope. That rock formation right there. And I'm not seeing any iron. Looks like it's actually already taken. You can see the remnants of it right there. It's right there. And right off in that direction right there. There's a couple more. And I think this is the oil that we kind of grabbed already, but there is some oil right here. No, this isn't yet the one that we grabbed, so I might as well go ahead and grab this. And that is pretty much it for our adventure. So what you do now is you just basically go and drop off all of the materials that you just collected. Got about 60% or so, 65% or so filled up of our bag, and that's a capacity of 350. That's really not that bad for a 10-minute adventure. A couple of the iron veins were taken by other players, but ultimately it really was not that bad. And you can go right back up to the top there and start the entire adventure all over again. And like I said earlier, just come to the storage shed, come here, and then drop everything off, and then just go back out and start the whole process over again until you have more than what you possibly could imagine. You can either sell it, you can craft it, you can use it for different tools or whatever other ingredients you need it for. But hopefully this does help you guys out, and if it does, make sure that you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot and is greatly appreciated. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it, and you guys stay gaming.